All right, so now we're going to look at some regular polygons. Regular polygons, of course, are shapes that have all equal sides and all equal angles. Um, this works for pretty much any polygon too. We're going to figure out how many triangles we could fit inside here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off at one vertex here, and we're going to draw straight lines to each of the other vertices to make triangles. Now, we can't use this guy here because there's already a line connecting them. So we're going to go to vertices where there's not already a line connecting them. So we're going to draw one here, one to the next one, and to the next one. And so we can see that we formed 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Now this originally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices to it. There were 6 vertices, we formed 4 triangles, so there was 2 less triangles than the number of vertices. And so in general, we can say that if there's n sides to a polygon, then we can create n minus 2 triangles in the same way that we just did here. Now this should also make sense because I couldn't use the first vertex, I couldn't draw to it, we mentioned, because they were already connected. But once I drew to the next one, it kind of cut the shape in half. It created 2 shapes out of it. The next line I drew created 3 shapes. The next line, 4 shapes. So you can see that I was only able to draw 3 lines that created 4 shapes inside. So we weren't able to use these 3 vertices. So we were able to only draw 3 lines from the 6 vertices, but we got 1 additional shape out of it. So it's n minus 3 plus 1, or n minus 2 shapes, or triangles. So let's see where that important fact about the number of triangles that we can get is going to help us. So we just saw that if a polygon has n sides, then we can create n minus 2 triangles inside that polygon. Now we also know from previously that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we take a look at a polygon and say, well, if I'm forming a bunch of triangles here, and these angles add up to 180, and these angles add up to 180, and those angles add up to 180, and those angles add up to 180, then if I add all those angles up, well, that would be the number of triangles I had times 180 degrees. So we can see then that the sum of the interior angles is the number of triangles times 180. And so if we know the number of triangles is n minus 2, then the angles are going to add up to n minus 2 times 180. Now let's use that fact to determine what the angle is in a regular polygon. So here we're particular about regular, meaning all the angles are the same. So we just learned that if we take 180 and multiply that by n minus 2, that gets us the sum of all the angles. But we know that every angle in a regular polygon is the same. And so if there are n angles in there, then we could take this 180 times n minus 2 and just divide by n, divide by how many angles there are in there total. So if we had a 10-sided regular polygon, then it's going to have 8 triangles in it, which means the sum of the angles is going to be 8 times 180. And that means then that each angle is going to be 8 times 180, and then divide by the number of angles there are. And so we can use our calculator for this. we could say 8 times 180 divide by 10 gets us 144. So we can see that each of the angles is 144 degrees in this 10-sided regular polygon.